this meditation, do this meditation. If you are tense, okay, when you're tense, people are like, yes, I need the only solution for most of the things that we have in our mind is to meditate. Yeah, because most of the problems that we have, some of the problems that we have not, I'm not telling all the problems, are imaginary problems that we are going through with our mind. And for that, we want the mind to settle down. So that is the start. That is what we think as meditation. But in yogic tradition, we have 4 distinct layers of meditation. Meditation is not only like you close your eyes and that is meditation, but in what is happening inside are in 4 different layers of meditation. So Pratyahara meditation, the word is derived from Sanskrit. It's a combination of 2 words, means Pratya and ahara. Ahara here refers to food or external stimuli. Yeah, it's not the food, it is also the food that we eat. It's the food that we eat, that we consume here. It's the food 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 that we consume here. Every input, every external stimuli that is happening to us is like a food that is given to us. Yeah, so that is ahara. The ahara part. If you come to India, they will always restaurants are named ahara. That means that it is food. So basically, food is something that is given to nourish us. Yeah. So this is the first step. And then pratya means to withdraw. So to stop or to withdraw, to moderate, to stop, to take a step back, to withdraw. So pratyahara means to withdraw from food or withdraw from stimulus. Yeah. When we hear the word ahara, normally the food that we are consuming in our mouth is what we think. Imagine we are all hungry. Most of us are finished a day at work. So we come, we make, let's say I'm a South Indian, so I eat idli or dosa or rice. Imagine I eat 1 spoon, 2 spoons. I'm very happy. Imagine I'm consuming 2 kilos of rice or 3 kilos of rice or 100 sandwiches. Imagine the pressure that our internal organs are going through. Yeah, but how much consumption of stimuli this is taking every day? How much consumption of stimulus this is taking every day? How much consumption of stimulus this is taking every day? How much consumption of stimulus our skin is taking every day? How much consumption with food we can understand, but all our 5 sense organs are consuming an external stimuli, because our mind receives all the connection for us. External world is our 5 sense organs. What we are now doing is we are overloading our sense organs. We are constantly listening to something. We are constantly looking at our phone. We are constantly when you are in a car or something like that, a lot of smoke, a lot of dust, a lot of things. We're constantly overloading our senses. Something is constant. We are so all our 5 organs are being loaded. It's as if you're eating 100 sandwiches. For us, just by listening to this, who will do this? No human can do this. It is not possible. But we don't keep the same measure for our eyes. We don't say that I will not. I'm done with watching 1 Netflix show or one episode of a show. Once we start, we go 100 episodes. Yes, most of us, some of us, not all of us, but most of us. Once I start one email, one YouTube comes in, and then after 2 hours, I'm still looking at something that is basically the same. In India, I don't know about the rest of the world. At least in India, we have this Friends rerun that is happening for like 100,000 years, and still people are hooked to Friends rerun because they don't think that doing a Friends rerun is like eating 200 sandwiches at the same time. For our stomach, we are like, oh, no human can do. But we all know the Netflix marathon that we are doing, the binge watching that we are doing, and then the hearing, how much gossip that we are, how much music, like we are constantly in either in noise or in songs. Not song. I'm not against songs. Songs are that is the only thing that keep being human and sanity. But the one important thing about songs is a song also has a lot of space. That means that songs need to have a lot of pause. Imagine one long sound happening. Once only we stop it, when there is a pause, when there is silence, then we consider it as a song, we consider it as a music. Otherwise, it is going to be consistently. But if we keep putting information into our ears, as if eating 200-300 sandwiches for our ears. Yeah, and then the same it goes with our skin. We are pushing ourselves through different for example, different industries. So our nose, we are constantly bombarded with 200 types of perfumes, 300 types of smell from the sweets and other kind of things. So my intention for me to say is that our 5 sense organs are overstimulated. So we have a responsibility to understand that we are eating 200 sandwiches through my nose. I'm eating 500 pizza through my ears. If you can quantify this in something that we can measure, then we were able to have this moment. So imagine what if I'm already consumed, let's say, let's leave the 100 sandwiches. If I consumed 5, or like I eat a very big plate of biryani or something like that, what I have to do, I have to give time to myself to digest. Yeah. So, but if you are keep bombarding our sense organs with information, all the sense organs is like only the external part of it. All this brings all the food is like, this is our brain is the stomach of the stimulus. So you're filling your brain with external stimuli, and we are not giving it a time for it to digest. So you know how much painful a constipation can bring us. So if you wanted to get rid of it, what you do is that you just first you stop consuming, stop eating, and then you go for some medicine. You go for a soda, you go for some antacid or whatever. And this soda is what Pratyahara meditation means. So we wanted to stop this external stimuli that's happening to us, and we wanted to give time for the brain to process what is already given. If we are able to provide this space, the spaciousness, the silence, the stoppage of stimuli to our brain, what happens is that when we receive an information, we are not bombarded with one more wave of information. We take the good out of, like our stomach is digesting food into vitamins and proteins and carbohydrates and whatnots. Our brain can take the right information, take the right thing out of our external stimuli, and it can give us a better, efficient way of living. Our mind is not, we don't feel foggy, we don't feel overloaded, we don't feel stressed, because we are giving our brain a time to digest things. And providing this space is what we call Pratyahara meditation. The word meditation is like an addendum. For Pratyahara, it's Pratyahara meditation. For Dharana meditation. Dhyana meditation. So these are all just different layers of meditation that is possible for us. So Pratyahara is the first and the most important step in going deeper. most of us, let's go for for example, let's mindfulness meditation or any kind of meditation. It is there. For example, you wanted to eat your food. Normally, you go for a tea ceremony or eating the food or walking for 20 minutes, which is perfectly fine for that time slot. We are able to give our mind this break. But imagine after this 15 minutes for the 24 hours, in the 23 hours and 45 minutes, if you sleep for 7 hours, if you take that 7 hours out, we are talking about around 16, 17 hours. The kind of information that is going in is too high for our brain to excite. And we can clearly know that because all this information kind of stimulates your brain, and what happens, your dopamine is just going up, and at some point you need to consume more so that you get the same dopamine hit, and then you keep consuming more and more and more. And that is why YouTube viewers have gone from 0 to billion almost, or 2 billion, or every day a billion hours are being thing, because we need to consume the same high. Like I used to watch one rerun of Friends. Now I need 4 episodes, or I need to have 1 episode of Elite. Maybe now I need 4 episodes of Elite to get the same kind of dopamine, because of all this stimulation. I'm almost addicted. I'm not almost addicted. We are addicted, and we all are aware of this problem. Because, and I am not telling that, okay, let's all break our phones and go to live in caves. That is not going to be there. In yoga or any esoteric practices does not practice outside of the system. We don't follow like monasteries kind of system. We are doing things wherein a householder, a common man's health and wealth is very important for us. Yeah. So if you take any of the yogic practice, everybody they don't tell that you become a monk or something like that. You can become a monk, but that is up to your personal thing. So coming back to our pratyahara. So because of this constant dopamine hits, constant oxytocin hits, constant serotonin hits, our brain goes into this state of fogginess. It needs more and more. So what happens is when there is a need or a desire for more, what is happening is, if that desire is not achieved, we are going through depression. We are going through issues. We are going through problems. And so Pratyahara meditation allows us to scale down, allows us to come back, allows us to take some of our senses in control. So our mind is like a wet paper. If you pour water, it will absorb water. If you pour oil, it will absorb oil. So it's better to substitute one with the other. So in Pratyahara meditation, we have 2 different steps. One, we stop the external senses. And then second, we introduce the internal senses, the art and joy of looking inside of us. And there are some tools that we are going to use it as we are going to practice, because we are having, so we understand what is the need to scale down, so that we can come out of our addiction, so that we can come out of our external stimulus, so that we give time for our brain, our mind to digest what is being consumed. Yeah, one of the easiest Pratyahara meditation is go to sleep. That's the easiest Pratyahara sleep that is possible. How many of us can switch off our phones and go to bed? Almost like, okay, if I want to go to bed at 8 in the night, or 9 in the night, or 10 in the night. So it is not. So that is the easiest one that is available for all of us. Normally, you can keep the phone in the next room if that is possible. Of course, if that is possible, and then you can put an alarm. So, for example, you want to stop looking at screens 1 or 2 hours before your sleep. So these are all some things that is practical and pragmatic Pratyahara. Of course, they are not Pratyahara, but these are all the practical ways you can say, okay, how I'm going to control my senses, how I'm going to stop my stimulus, just close your eyes. Stop, switch off your phones, switch off the lights, go to bed. So this is available for everybody. So all of us, we are you have to always think that we are not going to invent wheels again. We are just going to look at things from a different perspective. So that is what the whole discussion is about. Our sleep is one of the important Pratyahara meditation that is possible for us. To achieve sleep, you can go for yoga nidra, for example. Yeah. Yoga nidra means nidra is sleep. Yoga nidra is a concept wherein you go into and induce sleep by reading or listening to some information. So that is the practical. This is not a yogic term, though sleeping is considered as one of the Pratyahara states. There are 4 different layers on which you stop your interaction with external world. The first one is Indriya Pratyahara. The names are Sanskrit. If you cannot remember, it doesn't matter. Indriya means organ, the sense organ. Yeah. So we control the external stimuli of hearing, tasting, sensing, smelling, and touching. So if you can control your 5 sense organs, that means that you have Indriya Pratyahara. How you are going to control your eyes? I close my eyes. How am I going to control my ears? I close my ears. How am I going to control my nose? If I close my nose, say goodbye to me in less than 3 seconds. So I'm not going to close my nose. So what we can do, we can have, that is one of the reasons in most of the traditions, there is this concept of fragrance associated. There is always this, for example, you can have some essential oil, for example. You can have some incense, for example. Normally, we always have some sandalwood paste. So in that way, or some flowers, for example. So all of this will keep our nose focused on one thing. Imagine you have a beautiful bouquet of jasmine. Yeah, your senses are so focused that you will not be, you don't worry about what your neighbor is cooking or what your what is happening in that. So by surrounding us with nice fragrances, very gentle, mild, like nice essential oils, for example. So usage of essential oil is one kind of a meditation. Most of us know, like that Bach flower therapy, for example. That kind of, it's not only on the sense, but it has different layers. But one of the layers of Bach therapy is also the controlling of the sense. How we are going to control the sense of touch? By wearing cotton or organic cotton, by wearing something which is very sattvic, very relaxing. If you are from a cold weather, you wear one jacket. If you are from a warm weather, wear what is comfortable for you. So in that way, we are stopping the external stimuli of the 5 sense organs. In yogic tradition, we have a pranayama called Brahmari pranayama, which allows us to shut down all the 5 senses or the major senses in our body. The 2 senses, our eyes and our ears, we call these senses the senses that can go out of the body and create problems. All other senses has to stay with the body. For example, if I have to put some food in my mouth, so the food has to go to my mouth. My mouth will not go to my tongue, or my mouth does not go to the food. But I look at you, some of you are from other part of the world, I look at you, and then this is bringing me information from across the world. You look at the night sky. Imagine, you look at the sky and imagine one flight is going. For example, you are looking at a flight like 30,000 meters or 30,000 feet or away from you, but still that flight can give you some senses. You might be like, oh, I don't know, I should have been in my flight today. I missed my flight today. So your eyes can go out of your body and capture and bring problems. The same, the ears. Somebody is gossiping on the third table from in your walk, your eyes goes there, he hears this and brings the information back. other senses like with my nose and my mouth and my skin, the external stimuli needs to come towards the body. So in Brahmari Pranayama, we shut the two important sense organs, and we stay in a closed space with a nice incense, and of course drink non-sugared water, non-sugary drinks, and then you are in a nice warm cloth. In that way, I'm able to control the Indriya Pratyahara. I'm controlling my 5 sense organs. So to understand or to demonstrate Brahmari Pranayama, I'm going to close my ears using my thumb. We don't have to put my fingers inside my ears. Just close this flap. I forgot the name in English. I don't remember the name in English. I'm going to close my ears. If you just close your ears, you stop listening to me. That means that you stop one external stimuli. And then I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to, in that way, I'm closing my eyes. And then I'm going to create a sound using my mouth. Both, meanwhile, inhaling and exhaling through nose. So by doing this pranayama, we are shutting the complete external world. Imagine your neighbor, there is some drilling happening in your neighbor, and you wanted to feel tranquility. You cannot go and say to this person, hey, let's what is that? But you can always want to feel tranquility. You bring your hands here. I'm just going to demonstrate it for you. You close your ears, and I'm going to inhale. So I don't listen to nobody. Or this is a kind of pranayama, because pranayama is always associated with the level of meditation. In this, when I'm in this bubble of sound, when I'm in this inside of me, no external stimuli is entering my mind, and I'm giving the mind the necessary relaxation. Imagine the drilling is happening and my mind is getting tensed. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Why this person has to do? Now I shut down. I give a time to my mind to process. I'm doing, and then when I open, I say, okay, maybe he has to drill this today. Maybe he has gone to gym, and maybe he needs a protein shake or whatever. So that you are able to understand it for a while, so that your mind, what happens, whatever the input has come, instead of getting tensed about it, instead of getting worried about it, it deficient the information, and you said, okay, this is a mixie, this is a drilling machine. Okay, mixie cannot run for 3 hours continuously, so it will automatically switch off. So you come out of this pose, and you are like, I'm more relaxed. So in that way, a Pratyahara meditation allows your mind to have this necessary break, and this is available for us all through the day. Imagine you wanted to just relax your mind, you wanted to go deep within yourself. What you do, you just close your eyes, and then you go for two. Normally, I ask people to do 5 times, but depending upon your availability, you take time, and then you, in this 1 minute or 2 minutes that you are spending for yourself, you are giving your mind the necessary pause or necessary time for it to digest and analyze the information that it has received, so that when you come out into reality, you have more solutions than more problems or more stress. So this is Indriya Pratyahara, and Indriya Pratyahara is, we are doing it through Brahmari Pranayama. So you can always Google this information. The Vizam is going to send this link to all of you, so you can always re-listen, and then you can always Google. So this process is the first step, where I close the external stimuli to come inside of me. Yeah, and then we have the Prana Pratyahara. Prana Pratyahara means I'm controlling my prana. Basically, I'm inhaling and exhaling in a naturally available oxygen, or in a natural space, what is available for us. So this, if you are living in a city, What is available to us is what it is available to us, but you can always go to a park, or you can always go to a natural habitat wherein you are shutting. For example, imagine you're breathing in a city. Whatever you're inhaling is basically you're putting more problems into the body rather than giving the solutions. So this is, if it's avoidable, you can always go to a park or something like that to do the prana pratyahara. The third pratyahara that we have to do is karma pratyahara. Karma means action. So, and we do action in three ways. Action, we are imagining one, we are using words two, and we are actually doing three. So in karma pratyahara, we wanted to stop imagining. Visualizing is positive, but imagination is negative. Visualization is towards a new future, and imagination is repetition of past. You always imagine what has happened to you in the past. You change the circumstances, you change the names, and you think that something is going to happen. That is what imagination is. And the Stoic says that we suffer more in imagination, my friend, than in reality. But visualization, on the other hand, is we wanted to do something completely not what we happened into our past. We are creating a new future in visualization. So use visualization techniques, but not imagination. So you stop imagining things, stop imagining the problems, stop worrying about things that you cannot be in control. Yeah, and then pratyahara of words. You stop using negative, unwanted, or you just stop talking sometimes. Taking a break from speaking to yourself and some others is doing wonders for yourself and others. And then in real, so when you act with as if your whole life depends on it. You are not just doing things because you are paid to do things for the sake of duty. If you are not doing with your full heart in it, the action is not going to help us. So we have to take care of this action. And all of this leads us to a relaxed mind. So we are stopping the outside input. We stop imagination. When we are acting with 100% passion, 100% confidence, 100% available. So the whole set, what is happening is we are not pushing our body, our mind. We are completely in sync with the present. And that is why a Pratyahara meditation is like a lifestyle change rather than just when you close your eyes for 15 minutes in mindfulness meditation and you come out and you go back to the same story. Here, the Pratyahara meditation is saying no all the time. Niyati, niyati. So that is, you don't want it to bring more information, more stimulus into our body. We are giving a chance to our brain to digest and process all the information that we already have. And the third, whatever information that we have, when it is digested, when it's bifurcated, we are acting with 100% dedication, not just pure existence or just going here and there. Yeah. So we are now all going to practice Pratyahara meditation for a few seconds by doing Brahmari Pranayama to begin with. And then there will be a brief silence so that if some thoughts comes to you, let it come. You're like a person in a cinema theater. If something comes into the screen, let it come. You don't have to do anything. When the next screen comes, this has to go automatically. So you are just watching your thoughts to come in. We are going to do 7 times Brahmari Pranayama on your own, because I may not be in a position to see all of you. So you're going to use your thumb to close your ears, and you're using your index finger to gently close your eyes. The other 3 fingers anywhere on your face around your sinus, and then we are going to go for sound on our own through our nose. Sorry, sound is through our mouth, and we are inhaling and exhaling through our nose alone. Yeah. If you want to know how it looks like, you can see me. I'm going to do 7 times on my own, and I'm going to release my hands, and then I stay in that vibration. And this is the vibration. This is the break. This is the digestion time that we are giving to our mind. Yeah. So now all the information that you receive from me, after you do this, see if there is any change, you feel any clarity. Yeah. And we go on our own now, closing your eyes, closing your ears. Gently blink your eyes to open. If your eyes are closed, and see how your mind has come. I can see the difference in the tone of my voice. I was going a bit faster with my voice before, and now I can see that something has settled inside of me. And this is how maybe I have some inputs from the screen. I said it went into my mind. Maybe it's an input that I was processing with my own discussions. Maybe this is right. Maybe people have not understood this. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe I have to explain this. But now I'm more calm, more tranquil. And this is what a simple Pratyahara meditation is available, is possible for us. Anytime, if you need to relax your mind, this is possible for us. And if you cannot close your eyes, for example, you cannot close your ears, you just close your eyes and then you can do this. For example, so in some of the things that they are in I think in corporate, we say before answering something, when you listen to a question, you like. This gives the pause. This gives the mind. This stops the inputs to our mind and gives this time for it to process. Yeah. And this is what I would wanted to share with you, my friend, because it's because this is I was working in corporate, and there is it's a highly demanding job which I really loved, and I think everybody has to go through a corporate thing. But there is a lot of information. We have like 2 screens and 3 phones and all this information, and you really needed that 2-second pause. And then what you normally do, you close your eyes, do something in your mind, and you are literally ready. If that is possible for us to incorporate into our day-to-day life, whenever you feel that something is going too much out of your control, that you're overloaded with information, you go into this simple practice of meditation, just by creating sound for yourself, creating this cocoon for yourself. In yogic tradition, we always say, for example, I'm a yoga teacher. I ask you to come to my class. You can ask your friend, hey, can I take your yoga mat? You can ask your other friend, can I take your yoga pants? But you cannot ask to the third friend, hey, I'm going to the yoga class, can you give me your body? Or can you give me your lungs? So we have our own only, and we have to work with what we have. But we can make this instrument more and more efficient by giving this pause. For some people, it might be 2 seconds. For some people, 3 seconds. For some people, it's a minute or more. Yeah. Thank you all. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer. I think I saw some question in the chat. So let me try.